Section A of the pre-trip inspection. I'm going to walk up and look at my truck, do a general overview, make sure nothing's hanging, nothing's broken, everything's in good working order. I'm also going to look and make sure my truck is not leaning to the left or the right. If it is, an indication that I have a problem with my suspension or possibly low air pressure in my tire. I'm looking up underneath of it. I make sure I see no puddles of coolant leaks or oil leaks. My ID and marker lights, they're properly mounted secure, they're not cracked, damaged, or broken, they're clean, clear, and amber in color. My windshield, it's properly mounted secure, no cracks and dings in more than an inch. It's free and clear of illegal stickers. The inspection stickers current up to date, matches the registration and driver's pouch. My wipers, they're properly mounted secure. They're firmly pressed against the windshield. The top of my hood, there's no holes, there's no intrusions in it. It's in good working order. My fender mirrors, they're properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken. The mirror itself, it's not cracked or broken, it's clean and clear, and good working order. My grill, it's properly mounted secure. All the bolts are present. There's no debris between my grill and radiator that will restrict the air, flow of air to my radiator. My tin light, lenses, they're clean and clear. They're not cracked or broken, and of the proper color. My turn signal and four-way flashers, the lens is clean and clear, not cracked or broken, and amber in color. My bumper is properly mounted secure. It's not cracked or broken. All the bolts are present. It's in good working order. My license plates, they're properly mounted secure. They're clean and clear, and it matches the registration in my driver's pouch. Now I'm going to go into the engine compartment. On the driver's side of my engine compartment, I'm first going to do a general overview of the area. Make sure nothing's hanging, nothing's leaking. Everything appears to be in good working order. This is my intake air filter holder. It's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked or broken. The latches are in place. My rubber garment is properly mounted secure. It's not dry, right, torn, or frayed, in good working order. I'm looking down inside between my filters to make sure there's no debris in there that would restrict the flow of air to my intake air system. The radiator, it's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked or broken. It's not leaking. Top hose and bottom hose, they're properly mounted secure. No abrasion, bumps, or cuts in them. They're not leaking. My fan blades, they're all present. None are cracked or broken, in good working order. This is the water pump. The water pump is properly mounted secure. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's not leaking any fluid, and it is belt driven. The belt itself is not torn. It's not frayed. It has no less than 3/4 inches of play. It's in good working order. Now I'll go to the driver's side. On this side, once again, I'm doing a general overview of this side of the engine compartment, make sure nothing's broken, nothing's leaking. Everything appears to be in good working order. This is my radiator coolant reservoir. It's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's not leaking any fluid. The cap is secure. It's at the proper level. My hoses are properly mounted secure. No abrasion, bumps, or cuts in them. They're not leaking. This is my windshield washer reservoir. It's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked or broken. It's not leaking. Cap is secure. It's in good working order. Now here's my air compressor. It's gear driven. It's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's not leaking any air. The hose is coming off of it. They're properly mounted secure. No abrasion, bumps, or cuts in them. They're not leaking any air. It goes to my alcohol evaporator. My alcohol evaporator is properly mounted secure to the frame. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's not leaking any fluid, and it helps keep my airlines from freezing in the wintertime. Down below it is my power steering gearbox. It's gear driven. It's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's not leaking any fluid. The hoses, they're properly mounted secure. No abrasion, bumps, or cuts in them. They're not leaking. This is my oil fill cap. It's properly mounted secure and good working order. This is my oil dipstick. I will pull it out, wipe it off, reinsert it, pull it back out to check to make sure the oil's above the fill level. This is the alternator. It's properly mounted secure. The casing, it's not cracked, damaged, or broken. The wires in the back, they're properly mounted secure. No, they're not cut, they're not frayed, in good working order. The alternator, once again, is belt driven. The belt itself is not torn, it's not frayed, it's not cut, and I can have no more than 3/4 inches of play in my belt. This is my frame. The frame, it's not bent, it's not broken, it's free of illegal welds. This is my shock, upper mount and lower mount. Properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken. The shock itself, it's in good working order, it's not leaking any fluid. My My steering shaft, it can have no more than 10 degrees of play. It's properly mounted secure with the universal joints. The universal joints are properly mounted secure. They're properly greased, shows no signs of being loose or worn. This is my power steering reservoir. It's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's not leaking. It's at the proper level. The caps are secure. The hose coming off of it's properly mounted secure. No abrasion, bumps, or cuts in it. It's not leaking. The power steering gearbox. It's properly mounted secure to the frame. It's not cracked or broken. It's not leaking any fluid. This is my three-piece steering linkage. My pitman arm, my drag link, and my steering knuckle. They're not bent or broken. They're properly mounted secure with castle nut and cotter pin. This is my leaf spring mount. Front and rear is properly mounted secure to the frame. It's not cracked or broken. All the bolts are present and we're working on it. This is my leaf spring shackle. It's properly mounted secure to the mount. It's in good working order. The leaf spring is connected to my shackle with an eye bolt. The eye bolt's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked or broken. Shows no signs of being loose. The leaf spring itself, they're not bent, they're not broken, they're free of legal welds. And if a quarter of my leaf spring was missing, it would put me out of service. My leaf spring is also connected to my front steer axle with U-bolts and bump stop. The bolts themselves are properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken, shows no signs of being loose. My front steer axle, it's not bent, it's not broken, it's free of illegal welds. Behind it is my tie rod. Tie rod, it's not bent, it's not broken, it's free of illegal welds. It's properly mounted secure to my steering arm with castle nut and cotter pin. This is my air line to my brake chamber. It's properly mounted secure. There's no abrasion, bumps, or cuts in it. It's not leaking. It's my ABS speed sensor wire. It's properly mounted secure. It's not cut. It's not frayed. It's in good working order. This is the brake chamber. The brake chamber is properly mounted secure. It's not cracked. It's not broken. It's not leaking in air. Behind my brake chamber is my push rod and slack adjuster. They're properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken, in good working order. To check my adjustment, I will chock my wheels, release my emergency brake, I will pull on my slack adjuster. I can have no more than inch of play on my push rod. My slack adjuster pushes up against my S-cam. The S-cam is properly mounted secure, it's not cracked or broken, and it's good working order. The S-cam pushes up against my brake shoes and my brake liners. They're properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken, none of it is missing, and I must have at least a quarter inch of material on my brake liners. My brake shoes and liner pushes up against the brake drum. The brake drum's not cracked, it's not broken, it's free of legal welds. I see no oils, grease, or contaminants between my brake drum and my brake liner. The rim, it's not cracked, it's not broken, it's free of illegal welds. The inside of my tire is properly seated to the rim. The tire itself is no bubbles, abrasion, bubbles, or cuts, in good working. The top of my tire, I must have at least 430 seconds of tread depth. I will check in numerous areas to make sure it's even worn. Once again, because it's a front steer tire, it must be a matching virgin radial tire. It can't be a recap or a retread. The outside skin, no bubbles, abrasions, bumps, or cuts. It's properly seated to the rim. The rim is not cracked or broken. It's free of legal welds. My lug nuts, they're all present and secure. Looseness be indicated by shiny metals or rust streaks. My hub seal is properly mounted secure. All the bolts are present. It's not leaking any air. My valve stem, it's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked or broken. It's not leaking any air. The cap's in place. With the air gauge, I will check to make sure I have at least 100 psi air pressure in my tire. My air lines, electrical lines. This is my emergency. This is my service. This is my electrical line. They're all properly mounted secure. The air lines, they're not cracked or broken. No abrasions, bumps, or cuts in them. They're not leaking any air. I have proper clearance for my catwalk. But when I make my turns, to check my airlines, I will take it off, shake it, look inside, make sure there's no dirt, debris, anything in it. Check to make sure the rubber's not dry right or torn, none of it's missing. I would do the same inside here. Check to make sure the rubber gasket's not dry right or torn, none is missing, and there's no debris inside of it. The same way I check this airline, I will check this airline the same way. My electrical line. Pull it out, shake it out, look, make sure there's water or debris inside of it. I'll also look inside and make sure all my pins are present, none are bent or missing. I'm going to do my fifth wheel. My fifth wheel is not a sliding fifth wheel. It's a fixed fifth wheel. It's properly mounted secured to the frame and to the platform. All the bolts are present, none are missing, in good working order. This is my apron. My apron's not cracked, it's not broken, it's in good working order. This is the skid plate. It's properly mounted secured to the mount. It's cotter pin and mounting pad in good working order. I can also see that my skid plate is properly greased. There's no daylight between my apron and my skid plate, indicating I'm properly coupled to the trailer. This is my release arm. The release arm is now in the lock position. It's not cracked, it's not broken, it's in good working order. Way back, looking up under here. Right here, I can see that my jaws are locked around the shank of my kingpin in good working order. My kingpin itself is not bent, it's not broken, and it's in good working order. Once again, I confirm I see no daylight between my apron and my skid plate to confirm that I'm properly coupled to the trailer. That completes Section A of the pre-trip inspection.
Thank you, sir.